Okay, so the next part we're going to look at is probably an area that we've never even really covered on Ask the Expert, but something that, is quite useful. And recently I've actually had quite a lot of interest in this from companies. So from your main screen, you have an auditing page. Now, some of you may not have access to this on the call. Normally this is an administration task. And I think the next two subjects really are administration tasks, but we're going to look at what the auditing section gives you. So from the auditing, we get to this home page here, and it gives you some high levels of, how many audits went into the database in the last 24 hours, and how many errors you've had in the last 24 hours or in the last 30 days, okay? So there's a real high level. So if you come in here and you see massive numbers, you could be going, oh, okay, hang on, I may have a problem, or, look, there's lots of people accessing it and doing things, what are they up to? So what do the audit logs bring me? So the audit logs have a dashboard. The dashboard is very simple to use. There is just a specific date range or a quick date range. So I could say, right, this month, how many activities have there been on Tiger Prism, and how many users have logged on to Tiger Prism and done things, and what was our top 10 most useful or used application. So I can see here, Prism Teams here is my most used one. Analytics again is used 75 times, and the scheduler 18 times here. And then there's some stats about, which activity and who's my top users and stuff like that from here. Now, it could be a log on and go, oh, look, Matt's doing a lot here. What's he doing? What's he searching for? Now, when you come into the audit logs and search here, and this one's going to be very, useful to come and look at, what we can do is we can see what they've been doing. So you can filter on things. So I want to go and look what he's been up to on Teams, etc. You can filter, you can export. But let's say he did a search and I want to know what he's done a search for. I can click onto the burger button here and I can look in the context, and it will tell me all the fields they returned, what the filter was, etc. from here. So if somebody goes off and, starts looking for stuff that maybe they shouldn't do, that information is actually fully logged within Tiger Prism, okay? And you can go and audit that as well. So over on the top here, you can add additional columns to look for that.
And generally, this is system administrators.
This is system admin.
But you could add this to somebody else's profile. So, for example, if you had a security team, you didn't want them to necessarily see all of the user data, but you wanted them to be able to see the users of Prism data, you could give this to their profile, right? Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Recently, we've had a big interest in this where, teams are just wanting access to this screen here, so they can come and audit because, something's got out accidentally and they want to know who did it. So they can come in here and audit who did a search for that particular phone number and what they were looking for, so they can go and ask those questions, okay?
Yeah.
So,
and we did do a session actually, and I've just linked in the one on Teams. I'll link in the one on user administration as well and security. So if you're not sure how to add a group, how to create a new user, etc., we have a session on that. Go and watch that. That will help you be able to do that.
Yeah. And as I said, any audit things in here that you need questions on, give us a shout. But this is where it's all done. This is where it's all logged, and everything is transaction every time you click on something, and it is auditable, so you can go back to the teams internally to say, yep, we're fully audited, we know what people are up to.
Yeah.